We have finally been given a window to get first cutting hay, so it is time to go, and it is time to go hard. But first, let's do some maintenance. I don't know if you can see that, but this is pretty, this oil has quite a bit of shavings in there, and after taking the plug off, I am almost certain that this plug has never been taken off before. That's a little concerning, but we got it dropped. Put some fresh 80/90 in there, some gear oil, and we'll be out in the field here shortly. I've put a little bit of silicone gasket maker on here, and we'll plug it right back in. Works perfectly with a 3/8 socket. Right here is the fill plug. We're going to take that off and fill up our 10 fluid ounces. This actually has a fill plug on towards the bottom here on the side. We popped that off, and now we're going to put some 80W90 in there until it starts coming off of the fill hole. And there you can see the 80/90 coming out of the fill hole, so we'll cap it. Last thing to do on this one, put the plug in, and we'll just get that a nice snug fit. And we have replaced the roll drive oil on our New Holland 7220. The next thing we're going to change here real quick is the main gearbox fluid. It takes 1 quart. Up top here there's a plug, that's the fill plug right inside of there, and then underneath actually that's the plug. I'm sure that this has also not been changed in a hot minute, so we're going to take our time and we're going to replace that because that's very important to the maintenance of this piece of equipment. Should have really taken the fill plug off first, would have drained much faster. And that's that mess. Okay, we have let that drain for a little bit. There's still a little bit dripping out, but we gotta get going and cutting hay. Got the plug once again. I got some red silicone around it, and we'll plug her back in. And then this takes 1 quart of 80/90 gear oil. Oh, that scared me. Plug complete. Now let's fill it up. Here's a better look at the plug. This actually has a dipstick on it too, so we're gonna take it out. It's threaded in there, pull the dipstick out and put in our quart. Complete. Today, as you have seen, I replaced a lot of the fluids. The only other fluids that I need to replace are on these individual modules right here. Some people call them turtles. Each one of them has 80/90 inside of them, and I believe it's supposed to be every 200 hours they're supposed to be replaced. Well, it has not been 200 hours, so I'm gonna leave it as is for right now. Over the next couple weeks, maybe even months, depending on how this haying season goes, I will be draining them each individually and replacing it with fresh 80/90. That being said, yesterday we completed all the greasing of this machine, so we are now ready to fire it up, at least right here, see how it runs, make sure everything's in working order. And pulling the Discbine is, as I'm sure you've seen before in some of our other episodes, this is a Ford 7000. This is definitely one of the workhorses of this farm and has been for well over the past decade. It has started to show signs of getting a little tired, however. It is hard starting even in the warmest of days. If it's cold, almost forget about it. You have to plug it in, give her the excess fuel, and she'll pop off. It's a good, solid tractor. I would prefer slightly more horse onto this Discbine, but this 7000 pulls it just fine for the time being. And honestly, I kind of like being out in the sun and not in the cab when it comes to cutting hay, but everybody has their preference. Helps to have the kill switch in. It'll fire up right now. Well, we got exactly 7 drops of rain this afternoon, so weather looks like it's clearing. Jump on the tractor, get that Discbine going, let's cut some hay. Today is the first day of a 4-day stretch of sunny weather. We have a lot of hay to get cut, raked, and baled. Hopefully we can get it in. We have about 50 acres of hay ground that is ready to be cut for first cutting. The grasses consist of alfalfa grass mix on some fields and a clover grass mix on others.
I'm gonna give it to the pig.
Okay.
Let's go. I have some hay.
Or you're gonna have your brother share some too. Good idea. All right, boys, let's go.
Let's go feed them.
Ellie, do you want to feed the pigs? Yeah.
took 48 hours from start to finish, but first cutting hay is complete. We only have 4 days to get this hay raked, dried, and baled before another round of rain.
If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and keep an eye out for our next video to see if we are able to get all the hay in before the next round of thunderstorms. Until then, keep on farming.
Some very good quality hay in here. Mixed in here is some nice clover. Probably the best hay field that I've cut so far this year.